75, 64. Pivot 39.07, support 39 even, 38.92, 85, 75, and 64. Resistance on the upside at 12, 20, 27, 35, and 42. All right, market here is the continuation of fears from the concern, even though the Fed said they're not concerned about interest rates going up. And that is the problem that the market is having right now. All right. So let's see what the day brings. Again, welcome to some of the new folks that are joining us here. We are trading mini S&Ps. We are trying to find those areas of inflection that create opportunity for us to scalp the market. We're looking for about 2 to 3 points on our trades with likewise amount of stops. Sometimes, obviously, because of volatility, we might have to create or ask for a little bit more than 2 or 3 points. But that's okay. We can handle it. It all depends on the volatility on any given day. So right now we're back around 2 or 3 points. I think would be a viable number. And sometimes we have maybe on average 4 or 5 trades in the course of a day. Maybe we'll have more, maybe we'll have less. I don't know. It all depends on volatility and opportunity. We average, let's say we average about 4 or 5 trades during the course of a day overall. Okay, so sometimes we'll obviously get more than that, and sometimes we'll get less than that. But we're not here to try to just trade for trading's sake. We're here to try to make money and wait for the opportunities that present themselves to be able to go down that route. So patience is important, especially when the markets are slow and don't give us too many opportunities, and you have to wait for the market to deliver those opportunities for you so that you can have a chance to make money, to be profitable. We trade mini S&Ps. We try to focus in on one market, and instead of putting ourselves too thin with a lot of other markets. There's a lot of information that is created in one market, right? Versus trying to overstimulate yourself with a lot of information sometimes. And that's when people get themselves in trouble, I think, when they focus on a lot of things instead of just focusing on what affects our market, how it trades, why it would be trading, what fundamental news affects our market. So we focus in on one market, but our education course, which is technically based, deals with a lot of information that we can use not only in the S&Ps, but also if you want to trade or have a feeling to trade other markets as well, you could definitely do that with the information that you can learn from our education course that we offer. So that's what we kind of do here on an everyday basis. And, we are trading S&Ps, looking for opportunities there that the market could create for us. And like I said, patience is the most important thing that we could do here. You have to be patient and wait for the market to create that opportunity for you instead of going out there and just trading. Anybody have any questions, especially some of the new folks who haven't been here? But anybody has any questions, feel free to jot them down in the chat box area. We like questions here. That's what we like to do. So if you have any questions, again, you can put them in the chat box area and we'll be happy to answer them for you. All right. Market just kind of range bound here overnight, range bound a little bit, hasn't really gotten that, it's like I said, trying to absorb the information that the market might be a little bit concerned about interest rates and how it's not interest rates so much, but inflation, and how that's going to affect the market long term. Some people are even bringing up the debt situation. Gee, really? And how that could affect the market as well. So there's a lot of things coming into play here that the market's concerned with. Obviously, it's a little bit of a little bit of a rally here. Again, it's been, last 3 days have been hit pretty good, but then we're coming off our highs, so it's all relative there. As we're floating back up here to our pivot, so kind of very quiet here. Nothing to get too excited about. We do have existing home sales coming out here at the top of the hour at 9 o'clock. That's a number that's going to be released that could affect the market some way, somehow. We don't like to trade when there are fundamental news that might affect the market. So we like to be flat around that time. We can always trade the after effects of any number or any release of information like the Fed or anything like that. There's always opportunities to trade after the fact. So we can wait till the number is released and then trade the fallout. And that's if you have any positions on when the number's out. We just kind of give you a little bit of warning here just in case. We do have some Fed speaks today at 9:30, at 12:30, and later on tonight. So there are a few Fed speaks today. Actually, matter of fact, Powell is talking. He had a speech, or he already came out with some kind of speech at 8 o'clock this morning. So he's already been gabbing away. Didn't really affect our market too bad. I just put that out there because we never know when one of these Fed governors are going to say something that's going to create some volatility in the market. So we have to put that information out there just as a FYI, so that you can be a little bit, know that it's out there and try to make sure you, don't get surprised by market volatility or kind of market movement around those times. So that's what we are trying to do here. Give you a little bit of information. Like I said, we don't like to trade when there's economic release of any numbers, and that's a small one that's coming out later on today. And then those Fed governors, you never know what they might say. That could create some volatility. We focus more on the morning hours here. So 2 to 3 hours in the morning, we feel that there's some good ebbs and flows during those times. There's good opportunity there for us. The late afternoon trade becomes a little bit more skittish, more one way. The volume is definitely not there as much as it is in the morning. Not all the time, but most of the time. So we try to focus more on the morning hours here to give us our opportunities to trade and to find the trades that we can use. Again, that's what we're focused in on here every day. You can tell here by the tightness of the range here for the last few hours. Expectations here have to be just a little bit toned down as far as trading is concerned, just be patient and see what happens when the market comes around an area, or if there's some price action opportunities that occur. We can use those. But when we start flatlining like this and going sideways, it's kind of hard to get too excited about finding any trades. So patience is important. 3-4 points would be good. And market upticking here just a little bit. We got resistance up around the 12 area. Again, we have a number coming out here. All right, quickly rotating up here to the 12 area, as you can see. All right, nice quick 2-point rotation there off of our 12 area. Again, we scale into a position, right? So 11.5, 11, 12, 12.5 area. That the whole area is kind of covered with one rotation there. Hopefully we're able to get in at 11 or 11.5, depending on your entry point there, and take advantage of that nice little trade and bounce off of that level. Nice little rotation there, quick rotation there. And you'd cover them right here against our blue band if you are trading. Coming back down here quickly to the pivot area. So nice little trade there if you trading with us, and hopefully you were taking advantage of that little quick bounce there off of the resistance area there at 12. Again, remember, we scale into a position, right? We are looking for opportunities there, and every opportunity is different depending on how we get in, right? I mean, not everybody trades the same way, so we work with each individual trader to maximize his profit. How we get into a trade is important too, right? Everybody's got different ways of trading. You're done for the week. Come on now. What did you have up there? Wow. Pretty impressive. Nice trade. That's hilarious. All right, nice rotation there back to our pivot as well. If you maybe bottom or our blue band there, and popping back up here. So again, since the level worked for us, the next level on the upside we have is the 20 area, and that's what we're going to be looking for. Now, if you look at the chat box area for some of you who have maybe come in a little bit late, you'll see the levels imprinted there for you. The first resistance level there was 12, as you can see, and we already triggered that. Again, we're not going to be perfect. We got up to 1175. And like I said, hopefully you scale into a position there. And we had a quick rotation off of it, which is what we were trying to do. And we're trying to find these areas of inflection that the market will give us a chance to scalp the market. 2 to 3 points out with that one, as you could tell. I think you could have easily taken a lot more than 2 or 3 points on that trade. So hopefully you're able to take advantage of it. And it's okay if you're just had the 12 area and you did not scale in or get in at 11 or 11 and a half. That's fine, but just be a little bit careful there. I wouldn't trade the 12 area now. I would probably be looking at the next level on the upside, some resistance if you're just finding the resistance area. So again, making adjustments to the market as you go along is very important, and that's why I don't put trades up there or lines up there or something up there, because everybody trades a little bit different. And I know some of our traders scaled in nicely and got in. Some didn't because they maybe waiting for the 12. And like I said, it only got up to 1175. It doesn't mean that they're wrong. It just means that they just didn't get in. And it doesn't mean that we were wrong either. It just means that the entry point was a little bit not fulfilled. That's all. So if you have the 12, it's obviously very risky now. I would not, if you are going to trade it, you trade it with your smallest amount of contracts. Obviously, if you're trading a one lot only, then I would it's way too risky for. It might work, but it's way too risky because the level worked for us already, and we only like to use that level once. So I would look for the 20 area on the upside. That would be our next level of resistance. And that's why we, again, we have to make adjustments to the information. You make adjustment based on the price action and how the markets move. That's what we are here to do, right? And that's what we are trying to do. Let's see if we can talk about this again. So there's a number coming out here in 15 minutes, 14 minutes or so. So keep that in mind. Emerging markets are on watch today after Turkey's president sacked another central bank governor a few days after a larger than expected interest rate hike. It's the fourth time Turkey's premier has fired the head of the country's central bank since taking over in 2014, adding to the drama from local and foreign investors. The lira responded by tumbling as much as 17% against the dollar, while the stock market there plunged 10%, highlighting how money managers can never be too easy with monetary policy in Ankara. Wow, take a look at that, right? Backdrop. Interest rates, Turkey's interest rates currently stand at 19%, which have attracted foreign investors to park their cash in the currency. The lira was at one point the best performing emerging market currency of 2021, having recovered almost a fifth from its lows against the dollar. The central bank leader there, appointed in November, had been raising interest rates to fight an inflation rate running above 15% and sharply increased the rate last week by 2 percentage points, doubling what economists expected. This was the final nail in the coffin for her, as the president there believes it is unconventional approach that higher interest rates cause inflation rather than to prevent it. Okay. Turkey has lost one of the last remaining anchors of institutional credibility, said some financial investor from emerging markets. Local individual investors are likely to stock up on the dollar again, and foreign investors could sell Turkish assets, she added, warning that Turkey may soon be headed towards another currency crisis. Turkey already spent billions of dollars to support the lira in 2020 due to the economic shutdown related to the coronavirus pandemic. Interventions could return again if investors continue to pull funds from developing markets. So we shall see. See what happens over there in Turkey. Keep your money in the United States, maybe. Since we got inflation going, interest rates going up, might be a good, not the worst place to do it. I don't know. Don't I'm not giving you advice. I'm just blabbing. The relationships between stocks and bond yields couldn't be stronger, with the two joined at the hip for the last several weeks. Yeah, that's for sure. Overnight, the yield on 10-year notes slipped 5 basis points to 1.68, prompting an advance in the Nasdaq, while the Dow and the S&P inched down a little bit, respectively. Fed Powell is scheduled to speak this morning, which he has already, discussing the central bank and innovation at the event hosted by the Bank for International Settlements. They didn't ask me to talk. All right, next level on the upside we have is the 20 area. Weighing on some of the value names this morning, like the banks, are all recent moves by the Fed to restore some capital requirements that were suspended early months of the coronavirus crisis. A decision also weighed on bank shares on Friday. During the pandemic, the Fed allowed banks to exclude Treasury secretaries they hold, Treasury securities, I should say, they hold, as well as the central bank's deposits from their supplemental leverage ratios. Of course, you should have known that. The exclusion now expires on March 31st, lowering the supplementary leverage ratios for all the banks that are required to report it. Stimulus checks are also finding their way into various sectors of the market. On Friday, the Bank of America Global Research said the United States equity inflows hit a weekly record $56 billion in the week ending March 17th, up sharply from $16 billion a week earlier. Nothing like those stimulus checks flooding the market. All right. See what happens there. For now, it appears that growth stocks and value names cannot go up at once. Either tech stocks get too low or long-term interest rates get too high. Until that happens, the rotation will continue to play out. We aren't yet there, said Jim Cramer, but I'm confident that we will get eventually, because that's what always ends with these vicious kinds of rotations. In case you're wondering why NASDAQ is going down and we're going up. And that's why we try not to focus in on too many other markets. We stay focused in on ours. Helps us
Hey, a quick sound check. Let us know that you hear my voice. Saul just had an issue on his end. If you're joining us on the outside, click on the inside. Go to Zoom Trade Along.
Okay, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Oh, what the hell?
Could just be you clicked your mic off or something weird.
I don't know. I don't know. I was talking the whole time. I was even making fun of you. I suggested that I suggested that you should get a TikTok, account and trade that. I mean, trade that, and then trade. Because I was talking about TikTok, and I was talking the whole time, and I was wondering why nobody said anything when I said you should have a TikTok account. Nobody responded to that.
So you figured that was the laugh. You needed a laugh track, right? And there was
Well,
no
yeah,
laugh
but
track.
sometimes I say a lot of things that nobody even like considers. Like when I say something, like I'm thinking sometimes, are people actually awake in there, or am I just like blabbing my mouth off for no reason? And that one I expected some people to react to, but I guess I didn't even hear anything else I said. So that sucked. Well, hopefully you got the 20 area here. Sorry, somebody finally did say no sound, and um, I messed around with this, and I guess I'm working now. So yeah, hopefully you got the 20 area here. Came right up to 20 and bounced off of it. Hopefully you're able to take advantage of that trade. And there's a nice little trade there if you did get in. We also did well with our first level of resistance there at the 12 area. If you got in there, again, that was I was saying that you had to scale into that one. I don't know. I don't even know how much you heard it. You didn't hear it. That was the problem. Yeah. No, thanks for telling me there. I have no idea how much I was. At what point you lost me because I was talking the whole time. So that's fun. It was whatever. This is why, like, I always like ask. I mean, oh, whatever. All right. Well, at least our levels worked. You got those levels. If we can have them if we can have them uh, put up in the chat box area. I think he said he was leaving. He made his money on his. Oh, there. Oh, he's still here. No, can I repeat everything? No, I'm not repeating everything because I have no idea what I said. You think I can remember what I said like 5 minutes ago? You're crazy. I was just telling you to be careful around the 20 area if you're going to take it because the number was out. That's what I was telling you, of course. And I also said that everybody's different. The 20 area worked exceptionally nice. This time, if you had 20, you got it. And if you traded the 20 level exactly, you got it. So this time, there's no excuse not to have gotten in there at the 20 area. Obviously, the 12 area got up to 1175. You had to scale into that. But if you're just trading one lot and you're just using our levels, you did okay with that. And a nice rotation off of it there. So hopefully you were able to take advantage of that little trade. All right. So again, we're just trying to take advantage of ebbs and flows of the market using our levels that we gave out as those inflection areas that we believe the markets will rotate for us. Like I've been talking for like a half an hour and I have no idea what you guys heard or didn't hear. So if I repeat myself here, if I did say something that you heard already, sorry. That's all I can say. Sorry. All right. Again, we are looking for areas that the market will rotate off of and give us an opportunity to scalp the market. We're looking for 2 or 3 points on our trades. Sometimes we get a little bit more, sometimes we get a little bit less. Okay, this was a nice little opportunity there to get a nice little more than 3 or 4 points on your trade there. Hopefully you're able to take advantage of it. Next level of resistance we have is up at 27. Even though the markets are going up, we're making our money on the short side. We could have bought it back on a rotation back to our pivot there earlier after it went up to the 12 area and then rotated off of it. If I did, I don't know if you heard or not, but I did suggest we can buy the, yeah, I saw that. That's pretty impressive. Just in one day. I mentioned that. Did you hear my comment on that when I said something or no? Wow. Wow. That's really, that was like early on too. Yeah, I said you could have bought the pivot or area on a rotation back to it. I bought it, and that's why I told everybody that you could have. You don't have to do what I do. Just remember that. Everybody here has to trade on their own and do their own trades, find their own opportunities. This is what we're trying to do here is we're trying to give you opportunities to trade. We explain the risk involved for trades. We try to tell you what trades are available and why they're available. And then it's up to you as an individual trader to make the determination as to which trade you're going to take. We have our education course here that explains to you the trades, to find them, what they are, how to trade them if you get into them, how to maximize your profits. And we always are making sure that we are asking our traders to find reasons to trade. It's very important to find reasons to trade, not just to put on a trade for the hell of putting on a trade, but need reasons to get in, whether you're getting long or short, doesn't really matter. You need a good logical reason to get into the trade. And so consequently, no wonder you didn't answer me, by the way, when I said something to you. I was asking you a question and you didn't answer me. I should have known something was so weird. It's so weird that I was in the middle of talking and it was just all gone. I mean, nobody heard me. I was talking the whole time too. I gave some of my best analysis ever. You all missed it. Yeah, I got Play-Doh on my phone. Yeah, okay. That was very strange. That was very strange. You didn't get in at the 20. Okay, that's too bad. That's okay. If you didn't get in, that's fine. Don't worry about it. I was just like trying to figure out why it wasn't working. When somebody finally said something, why it wasn't working. So I still had my order in there. So I was accidentally made money on that trade. Doesn't happen often. All right. All right, so our 12 level worked, our 20 level worked. Now support will be back around the 10 area. If you're looking for a little support area. Tight little ranges. And remember, Powell did speak this morning. Then we have some Fed speaks later on to this afternoon. Our fundamental news that came out is out already, so that's out. Don't gotta worry about that anymore. And now we can just, see what's going to happen the rest of the day. And again, it's kind of a slow day, right? Nothing much is going on. and we shall see what what the day brings. We already had a nice couple trades this morning. Consider it's a Monday, and maybe 3 if you bought the rotation back to our pivot there. I don't know. I don't know if you did or didn't. All right. So next level of resistance is up at the 27 area. Support will be back around the 10-11 area. And right here, we just have to kind of wait a little bit. It seems like the market wants to go up again. Where could you buy it? Like I said, 10-11 would probably be a good spot. Anywhere else, you'd be stepping out a little bit and taking a little bit more risk. No, it has nothing to do with blonde or anything else. It just, that's the hardest part of trading. is for people to get into a realization that you have to wait for the opportunities. Half the time, a lot of the times, people want to trade. I mean, that's what they're. You sit in front of your computer, and you feel like you have to do something, because why would you get in front of your computer if you didn't have to trade? Um, Look, when we were standing in the pit and trading, it was a lot easier for me to get some trades on. That was my job. I mean, that's all I did, was just like trade in and out, in and out. And when I made this transformation here on the screen, I had to learn to, I can't do that. And took a little bit of time, because you figure, okay, well, you're used to one thing for so long, then all of a sudden you're told that you have to do something differently. And it was a little bit frustrating also for me. But patience, you have to learn it, because you got at the end of the day, you got to make money, and just trading for the hell of trading doesn't give you a positive statement at the end of the day. What you need to do is to be able to, if you make 2 trades a day and you made money on both, that's as good as you trading 10 times a day and coming out a little bit ahead or a little bit behind. And if you can just multiply that by 4 or 5 times a week, you'd be okay. But hey, it takes a little bit of time to learn. I mean, like I said, most people get in front of their computer, and the mindset is, let's start trading. And I believe me, I understand that. And it's you gotta put your order in there, and you gotta wait and adjust if you have to, because if you can't just leave them in there without watching them, because sometimes the market does things and you have to make adjustments. So that's a part of the game also. You just can't say blindly leave an order in there, and the price action said one thing, all of a sudden, initially that was the right idea, but then, the price action changed the concept, and you have to change it up a little bit. That's also another factor. That's, even though you might have to cancel that order you've been waiting for 15, 20 minutes, right? Because the price action told you, hey, it might not work. So yeah, it's not easy. There's definitely, patience is important. It's a big aspect of being, making money. And obviously the other aspect is to recognize those trades, right? You wanted to make 10 points per trade. It doesn't work either. No, well, yeah, again, the market conditions have to be right for that to happen, right? I mean, you need volatility for that to happen. So we obviously, when the markets are moving around a little bit more, we increase our volatility. So 4 or 5, 7, 8 points on the trade is doable, or is viable. Right now, that's not the case. So that's another good point that you bring up, that sometimes your expectations for what you should be making on a trade also is, not correct, and that's another reason that you're losing money, because your stops are there, and you can't understand why your stops get filled but never your profit targets. So good points there, Casey. All stuff that we try to make sure that you understand, and when you're learning this business, especially for some of the new folks that are here, those are some things that we try to not let you think about. If you don't know those concepts and ideas, then you shouldn't think about them. All right, just up on the highs here. Next level of resistance is up at the 27 area. Like I said, support the 10-11 area. And in the middle here, it's just choppiness. All right, we seem to have found ourselves a little bit of a range up here, kind of flagging a little bit. Not surprising. Again, looks like it wants to go up, doesn't mean it's going to go up. So, but again, our support level would be back around the 10-11 area. All right, so next level resistance is up at 27. Let's see what happens when we get up there. Support down at the 10-11 area. that time I had my mic off. I had to deal with something here on my end. So that was intentional. All right. Oh, now can you hear me all right now, by the way? I'm back. Now I'm going to be a little paranoid about my mic every now and then. Okay, good. Yeah, sorry about that before. Like I said, I had no idea. Well, I think you've done your Padro. You've kind of done your own work there. It looks like you've kind of see where we're at, right? From February till now. So those are good. Those are all good numbers, right? As far as what you should do, I think you have to do something that you're comfortable with, at least for the time being. If you're making money with, right, making money with this, what you're doing now, then that's focusing on that, right? It's definitely individualized. Exactly correct. All right. There's no reason to be greedy because over time, you're going to be okay. That's the most important thing to remember. Longevity. That's the key. And then the more confident you get, at the end of what's happening is the more confidence you're going to have, you're going to naturally increase your size because you're going to have that confidence in your trades. So don't worry about trying to increase your size right away. Just, make money the way you're doing. And then eventually you'll get to the point where, all right, I think I can get up to 2 or 3 contracts and go from there. When you say that, staying alive, that's like Brad's favorite time and space when he was doing disco. That don't say that word. Don't say that phrase to him out loud. He might get a little too excited about it. I can guarantee you he's all excited about that phrase. All right, again, welcome to some of the new folks that are here. We're trading S&Ps. We are trying to take advantage of ebbs and flows of the market, trying to find those inflection areas that create opportunity for us to make money using our levels that we've given out early on this morning. If somebody's around and they can put the levels up, there they are. There are the levels in the chat box area. If you look at the chat box area, you'll see the levels that are that we use as a guide during the course of the day. And those are there to help kind of guide us along with some of those areas that we think the market might give us an opportunity to be profitable, in addition to the fact that there are price action opportunities that occur in addition to those. So the combination of both creates the setups that we need to trade. anything that I say is a taught experience. We actually teach in our education course the concepts and ideas. And again, we do this every day. We used to be on the Florida Exchange, but now we are in my basement in Chicago. We used to drive down, used to trade on the floor. I kind of miss those old days. Have to admit, I do miss them. And we're also very dependent on volatility, as you can imagine. It's for Monday. It's not bad. We had a few opportunities this morning. Our first two levels got triggered, and we had a nice rotation off of those levels. And then our first rotation back to our pivot, in case you wanted to buy it earlier on this morning, occurred. Give you another reason maybe to have another trade. And then we've been kind of, as you can see here, for the past, 40 minutes or so, in a very tight little range. Once we got up here to our 20 area, we've traded off of it and then basically stayed between 16 and 20 the whole time. So very, very quiet trade this morning. But it's okay. Happens. Nothing wrong with being patient, waiting. All right. Just you have to kind of just wait for the opportunities. Like I said, there's no reason to just jump in here in the middle of this little tight range unless you're a range player. I'm trying to extend here a little bit. Support again 10, 11, but maybe can make it 14 now if it's a little bit more aggressive. As the next level of resistance we have is 27. All right, coming up here to the 27 area. Again, make sure you keep your stops in no matter what. Yeah, we're testing the 27 area here. Took a, well, once we got up through, once we started rotating, got up here pretty quickly, as that extension of that flagging formation kind of made sense. Again, if we're trying to find a place to get along, again, we gave you different, didn't really go down there to those areas. All right, nice rotation here off of the 27 area. Again, it's just a matter of being patient and waiting for the opportunities there. Can't just jump in. And again, the area to get long didn't really get triggered, so just got to take what the market gives us. Well, you have to be patient today, but at least we've shown that with a little bit of patience, you've had uh, opportunities to trade there instead of just jumping in there. And considering it's a Monday, it's not so bad. All right, nice rotation there against our 27 area there. Obviously, you had to, if you got in the top end, you did take some profits there, as it's getting a little bit stubborn right in here, but can't complain if you take a little bit of profits off. All right, nice rotation here down to our little 2-point move here off of the. We're trying to get there. And maybe you were able to get in, and hopefully you were able to take some profits there. Yeah, I mean there's nothing wrong with that. For the runner, you just have to have like there's two ways. You can have a 2-point trailing stop, right? Which means if it goes 2 points against it, you're out, right? That's one way. Another way is to let the market kind of dictate where you're going to get out. Right now, I would say anything above 29, you want to get out of your trade, but you have to take profits. So if you're trading on one lot, you got to take your profit and don't worry about a runner. If you're trading multiple contracts, then you take some profits off of your one and then adjust your stop in for your runner. So if you're just trading in one lot, just take your profits and you can't complain about that. It's hard to have a runner when you're trading one lots. So nothing wrong with taking profits, especially if you're giving them and you're doing one lots, it's fine too. All right, we got a nice rotation there off of the 27 area, got up to 28 and a quarter and then bounced off. Had to wait just a little bit of time here, but we did get the finally got the 25, and a nice little rotation there off of our level. And again, if you used a 2 or 3 point stop, you should have been fine with it. Same way for the 12, same way for the 20, same way for the 27. The market's always going to be different. Sometimes it's easy to have a runner and it can easily take more than 3 or 4 points because the market moves quickly. In this situation, it's kind of moving slow. You would have to put a trailing stop with anything and then just kind of let the market just do its thing. It can be a slow grind. So again, sometimes it's easy to take a runner when the markets are moving. Other times, like now, you'd have to be patient, put a stop in, and just kind of let the market do its thing. I would adjust my stop now. Instead of 29, I would adjust it to 28. That's where I would have your stop in if you were having a trailing stop and using the market to tell you where to get out. So 2 different ways of doing it. You can either have a 2 point trailing stop where the market rotates 2 points and you get out, or a stop based on the price action. And right now, you can adjust it from 29 down to 28. And that would be for only any extra contracts you have left over. So, but the one lots, you're just going to take some profits, and that's it. Nothing wrong with taking profits, right? All right. All right. So if you just use our levels alone without any other price action opportunities, you've had some nice winners this morning. Again, we focus more on the morning hours as the trade definitely turns around a little bit late afternoon. It's not the same trade. And it's been a slow day anyway, but we did okay considering the trades this morning and what we had available for us. And it's a Monday. All right, some very nice opportunities this morning. Market here is going to just keep trading in narrow range, trying to turn over here a little bit for you if you're trying to stay short against our 27 area. Definitely would cover them around 20 if the market got down there. Support right now would be right around the 14, 15 area. All right, things have really quieted down here quite a bit. So again, we have to take what the market gives us, and I think we had a pretty decent morning considering. So now we shall just take a little bit of a break here. Again, the next resistance level on the upside is at 35. Support right now would be at the 14 area. And kind of in the middle here, just see what happens. Next level of resistance on the upside is up at 35. So we don't know if we're going to get busy again today, but we had some nice opportunities this morning. So hopefully we were able to take advantage of them. All right, get back here in a bit.
Hey, a couple quick programming notes. Hey, Leland. Hey, Leland, welcome back. Let me know if you signed up for Sol's monthly. I did send you out a link. Simone, the same. Let me know if you got the link and that you signed up. Anybody have any questions about Sol's services? Don't hesitate to post them. If you want to go from being a monthly to a intensive student, just let us know. If you're coming in on the outside, look for the link Zoom Trade Along and join us on the inside in Zoom. Everything we do is for educational purposes only. Nothing's to be taken as direct trading advice. This is an educational opportunity. Hey, Hilmar, how's your connection? You've been popping in and out a little bit. So Simone, give me some feedback if you can here. Leland, the same. Hey, Hilmar, how are you? Hey, that's okay. However you can connect is wonderful. No problem. Appreciate you being here. And Simone, just let me know back in chat. And Leland, just let us know back in chat. If you need the link again, let us know. That's the one that has the discount. We're here trading days starting at 9 a.m., a little after 9 a.m. Get going pretty close to the cash open. If you missed today's levels, you can always ask for a repeat. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to post them in chat.